However, they might be switching off of this anyway.
There you go.
So there's very possible that like they don't want to run the Sombra, so they might just use it anyway. But still, I think he could have saved it for like this point and then translocated back to spawn. It looks like they're staying on it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just watching to see if there are going to be anything, any major changes coming through, but it's not looking like it. At least for now, they're sticking to their guns. I mean, nearly have a boost online. It's looking like the Mercy's still going to stay in play here as well, and so the Dragon's now ready to just set up shop.
Yeah, I think staying on this at the percentages you're at makes a world of sense. You're nearing a Valkyrie, you're nearing Nano Boost, you've got almost everything else online. You know what would be awesome to combo with this would be an EMP.
As you look away, you need to turn the mic away if you do that, man. Oh man, Gamsu's gonna open it up, punishes him. The helmet is out.
They might just wait for EMP anyway. Now that Elsa's at 75%, that's really one tank farming, translocate back in the spawn kind of roundabout anyway. So we'll see if they can get in position to get this EMP charge and then use the barrage, but Shanghai should know it's coming.
It's not really working around the edges though, Elsa. He's kind of hanging out in the front lines. Self-destruct is just gonna go sailing in. Doesn't really connect with anybody. Kind of forces him around, but not quite what they were looking for perhaps. And well, here we go. It is going to be the barrage. Straight in, 2 kills immediately. Make that a third. Could not have gone better, but a boosted barrage does so much damage.
That's one heck of a barrage right there. Did not even need to use the EMP. Now trying to get the final cleanups here. Elsa does come in big with the late cleanup on that damage dealing Sombra, and now the carts are rolling.
And with the Wings online as well, they've got some throughput, EMP as well now, and we will have Dings switch over to an EMP of his own, or at least a Sombra of his own, which will eventually lead to an EMP of their own, which might lead to a win, Hex.
Right. Now earlier,
see that chain of thought, how I connected the dots? I'm awesome.
There's the EMP right there, catches Savril, and the self-destruct comes in late, ends up taking down Diem. And now Shanghai needs to try to get some kills here because they just committed a lot of ultimates to this fight. They used Rally, they used Sound Barrier as well. Trying to get back in here and fight. Another barrage is gonna shut the door, literally. And yeah, this is the Chengdu I like watching.
Yeah, this is it. This is what we want to see. Shanghai not quite knowing how to handle this. They're just getting pummeled. And that's a second point picked up. 3.5 minutes here to find success with the third.
One of the reasons they got off of the D.Va is that Graviton Self-Destruct is not going to have that much impact when everyone is so spread out. However, getting off the D.Va means that this Pharah is going to just do whatever she wants to do.
Kind of, nope. There's a personal pocket healer flying in the skies alongside Jinmu. Doesn't have to worry about a couple orbs. You need headshots to drop
Yeah,
this
they
guy.
tried to hack it. When you hack a Pharah, all of her abilities make her drop like a stone to the ground, but there is the grab early on. Amon has been the target of several solo grabs so far this series.
And that is going to slow things down here, Hunters. You see them backing off. I mean, he's out there. That is kind of a Hammond thing, just out on your own, but he was really out there on his own. Like, nobody around. Nobody in line of sight to help him. And so that's just going to delay things further. But again, because the Hunters have been fairly efficient, they've still got some good time here to work with. 2.5 minutes on the clock. And the Dragons, they've got Thing, keeping an eye on him. Yep, sure enough, there's the EMP. Hits the Pharah, hits the Mercy. There's the Brigitte follow-up, and that combo is dead.
I really like the adjustment the Dragons have made on reevaluating the value of ultimates, knowing what you're going up against. So they got off of the D.Va because the ultimate's not going to have that much value. You're not going to have giant Gravitons with this giant pumped up team. And then also they're using Grav in a way to just get one kill because you're not going to grab everybody in it based on what Chengdu's running. So they reevaluated how much ultimates are worth and when to use them, and they've actually ended up using them to great effect.
A couple of solid ults on the line as well now. Luffy and Gamsu keeping an eye on them. That Shatter could be, well, fight changing here. And sure enough, just going to throw it in. If they can eliminate Late Young, this could get interesting. But instead, it's going to be yet another barrage coming right through. Trance gets used, only picks up the 1 kill, but still, that's DM out of the fight. No Zarya here to bolster the damage on Shanghai's side.
Well, they were able to isolate Gamsu. They've got to get this kill, though. Now he's got his team in there. There's the EMP, and now just looking for the cleanup through the skies. They've got everything they're looking for. 90 seconds remain for Chengdu to try to finish out Numbani.
Solid work. They're nearly there. Respawn time is going to be back here for Shanghai, though. They are going to be able to force their way out through the choke. Elsa hanging out on the edge. No EMP, though, so it's just point-blank farming. Keo taking advantage of the sniper scope to just get that long-range heal going. And now you're kind of just sitting. There you go. There's the boost. Do we have a combo online? Jinmu's nearly got the barrage.
You could boost Jinmu and he will get to his combo, or get to his barrage rather.
It's tough. EMP is in. DM is going to find it. This is just going to be the straight boosted on the ground. Pharah. Point blank rockets still finds a kill. Has to be careful though. Might not be enough. Sound barrier getting thrown in by Shanghai.
He's gonna wait for his healing to come back up. Gotta get out of there. A little miss of concussion might cost him. You want to use that blast to get yourself out of harm's way, but it can be very finicky on some of these surfaces, whether it launches you enough to get away. He does pay his life for it. 30 seconds remain. Jungler needs to be patient here. You only have one fight. That's it. You're just gonna have one fight. So you can wait for everybody to be in the right position.
Or you can get picked off. There you go. Late Young taken for a ride he did not want to get on.
They're gonna get the res though.
They do get the res off, and so Late Young still has to start over with the energy. We're going to get the pocket at Jinmu. Goes for the barrage, doesn't find any kills. Solid positioning from Shanghai, negating the ultimate. Elza's got the EMP online, and he will get the flank. 3 hacked for the Dragons, but they're doing a good job of spreading it out. It's making it difficult for the Hunters to get the focus fire necessary to find kills.
Good EMP.
Oh, and there it is. The follow-up, Yveltal out. That's a huge amount of healing gone. Ding just following it up, and Shanghai Dragons going to hold in the end.
A spirited offense from Chengdu, an entertaining offense at the very least, but they're unable to close out the map. And again, even despite not running 3-3, not being crisp, it does seem like there's still a couple combination issues that aren't working well. They'll use big damage ults and then EMP afterwards, whereas if you're just a little more patient, Late Young should not have been peeking around the corner when they got grabbed early in that fight, and that made them have to go back to spawn. There's just some very small errors that if they're corrected, then you're winning maps more efficiently or easier at least.
But then they wouldn't be as chaotic.
I know, so I'm kind of torn.
Are you torn or not? Because
No,
I'm a little torn.
yeah, they're not really this chaos team. It just seems like that because of the compositions, but they are trying to work some of these together. But then sometimes when a fight breaks down, there's like, yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. They believe that they can trade up, get 2 kills for 1 ultimate, get 2 ultimates used for 1, and why wouldn't they believe that? It's worked for them in the past.
Oh, we're about to find out if chaos does indeed reign here. As the Dragons are going to flip over to the offense, and it's up to the Hunters to get an organized defense together. They need to snuff the Dragons and tie up this series. Dragons, though, they're definitely looking for that 2-0 lead. Because the Hunters did not succeed in getting a 3rd point. Definitely possible here for Shanghai.
I'm a little bit surprised they didn't switch off of their composition onto last, because they got second with a good amount of time in the bank.
Yeah.
Could have built up for 3-3. That's what they combination of heroes early, but then when it gets to the final push, they just switch to standard 3-3. Opted
Lost
not to
faith.
in this situation.
You know, after Control, after Busan, lost faith perhaps in the style or in their ability to play it. We shall see, though. Offense now begins for Shanghai, and already getting pummeled, getting smushed. Luffy is out of it, and Diding looking for the follow-up.
Uh-oh.
This is that's uncomfortable. Jinmu just getting caught off completely. And
there goes your Genji.
yeah, I know, kind of like, how does this pan out?
Nice to see you. I mean, 53% charge is pretty good. They're going to try to get a blade up and hack through some of these beefier characters here. Shanghai taking this slow road up to the tie ground.
Gamsu's gone for the change as well, so we have the Winston, so he has mobility, so he can do exactly that. Not that, actually. Not the dying part. That's not part of the plan. But a beautiful sleep getting thrown in by Keo just punishes Gamsu. He was asleep mid-air and then focused down.
Yeah, should be able to demec this Diva. Actually, down at the Mega Pack. Yeah, not going to save you very long, but we do appreciate you donating that health pool to our ultimate charges. Now the stagger.
Against Jinmu, he's ready to whip out the blade. Do not oblige Ding, but they are going to do it anyway. It's not all about the stats.
Well, see where they want to use this blade here. I mean, EMP Blade is a devastating combo. EMP anything, it so seems is a devastating combo. Turns out using abilities is really good, and not being able to use abilities is very bad.
Especially because Shanghai on the offense, they have to group up. They have to stay focused. If they're spread out, you're not going to have as much fun in terms of picking people off. But now, Gamsu going to lead the way, instantly countered by a nano boost. He needs to get more out of this. Only the 1 kill. 2 ultimates, only 1, but that still sets it up. They cut off the support from the front line, and Gamsu in the meantime dies. Shanghai Dragons bleeding more time off the clock.
Yeah, gonna have to back out a little bit. They did want that ultimate to be used, so the one kill is bad when you nano boost a Genji. You expect more out of that. I'm still surprised they're not using EMP with some of this stuff, because that seems like it would have cut it up. Not the case though. Now time to rally and push.
EMP though, that's not about to happen. Self-destruct in the open, finds no targets. Instead it's Among getting cut off from the rest of his team. I feel like we've been saying that a lot. Still 5 alive here for the Hunters. Still a tough defense for the Dragons to crack. Can't really get their fangs sunk in. Both of their tanks dead.
EMP self-destruct went in. So now Shanghai with under 90 seconds, going to have a Graviton, and Yveltal is going to have to hold on to this Transcendence to save his team in a grab, but they're so spread out, they might just grab Among again.
They're thinking about it, tempted, might go ahead and throw it now that he's getting low. No, just focus him down. Hack just a second too late there, unfortunately, and now we're getting some real progress on the point here for the Dragons. 2 ticks, looking like a third. Late Young gonna delay, but it was Pilot D.Va, not the real big thing, and so that's it. Shanghai Dragons find success. First point for them, and now they get 3.5 minutes to push the payload.
All right, this is a situation where they're going to want to stay on this composition, but they need to be retreating a little bit faster. But with no Lucio, you have no retreat options. When the other team has a Lucio, they're just faster, and they're able to hunt them all the way down back to spawn.
I'm liking the bloodthirstiness out of Gamsu as well. A true dragon. Just only, it's all about dominating Hex. Ask for no quarter, give no quarter, smash them.
Asserting your dominance.
Exactly.
All right, Elsa's trying to get in position for an EMP here. They should have Blade up for this next fight too. You can see EMP Blade, you can see the EMP Mines.
Hey look, there's a Sombra. What's she about to do? Looking like it's going to be an EMP setup, and sure enough it's in. Doesn't work though, Gamsu. Gonna start it off strong. They're trading 1 for 1. Both of the Divas are battling it out, and that's gonna result in Late Young getting overwhelmed.
There's a hack up top though. Onto that D.Va. Be surprised if they let him out. Din getting very low. Hacked again. This is the second time he's been hacked, and they've been unable to complete the kill.
No focus fire, no follow up at all. Among has to back off. He can't face 1v4 like that, and so they are going to get some progress here. Nearing the second point, the Dragons. Can the Hunters stop him? This is looking a bit dicey.
Din got isolated and hacked twice and lived through it. Now he's at full fighting force on the cart, has self-destruct ready, and Chengdu just gives it up, gives up the ghost.
They're getting isolated, Hex. Now they're getting cut up one after another. Looked like there was a combo there possible, EMP going off, and yet just lacking on the follow-through here for the Hunters. But they've got no more ground to give. This is it. They need to hold here at the arch, and the self-destructs are traded. No kills through. Everybody able to find a foxhole to jump in. And now it's Gamsu just kind of leaping all over the place right now. Once again, into the back line he goes. He's dangerously low, though. Good focus from his supports there to keep him alive. I guess he's just kind of feeling, with impunity, he can just walk in and just do what he wants. Seems like it, because DM is going to kick off this party with a kill on Jinmu. Out in the open, Among is getting just ignored flat out. He's in the back trying to contest on the cart.
Yeah, speaking of just walking and do what you want, that's exactly what they did with that grab. Just shot him right at the D.Va. Must have known Matrix might have been on cooldown, but just the disrespect play. Elsa has to EMP. You have to EMP. Call.
Hey, it's a cloudy night, Hex.
That's a Chengdu niner right there.
Oh, buddy. They were there. Just the timing, a split second off. Could not get the coordination in. Bodies were alive to be thrown on the point. They just couldn't do it fast enough. We're going to be taking a break, and when we come back, we'll hear what the halftime crew have to say.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota, official North American partner of the Overwatch League. Toyota, let's go places.
Last week, the Dragons ended a 42-game losing streak. Now, they're looking at the start of a winning streak here in the Overwatch League. They're currently up 2-0 over the Hunters here at the half. We got so many happy Shanghai fans in the venue tonight because they are currently one map away from starting their first ever winning streak. We got Bren, we've got Zoe, and we've got a guy back for the Shanghai Dragons that we all got to know in his last match. Ding is popping off again, Brad.
Yep, he's a big lad. I'll give you that one for free,
The biggest of lads.
The
Is it a
biggest
unit?
lad.
Would you call him a unit?
Possibly,
Yeah?
yeah.
Alright.
You know, he might be privy to that sort of label, but he's been playing very well. You know, I've been a big fan of his Sombra play. What's clear from me is that Shanghai have recognized, how did they win this game? You know that Eamon, he likes to play Wrecking Ball. How do you counter that? Well, you play a lot of Sombra. You try and hack him, you try and get the disables going on the back lines. That's been the key for Shanghai Dragons. I like that they haven't been getting too caught up and trying to focus down Eamon occasionally. Sometimes they look like a dog chasing after a tennis ball, but it's only rarely, you know. But overall, Shanghai playing very well.
Yeah, Ding actually got so many hacks off. He barely died. He was incredible slippery throughout the entirety of that match. And I think this is the first team which actually managed to force Eamon away from his Wrecking Ball comfort pick and into Ryan, which oddly enough was that one round they won. Now looking at Ding's stats, it's actually incredible. For the amount of time he actually played on Busan, 30 enemies hacked, 0 deaths.
That's 30 hacks in 7 minutes.
Exactly.
Without
How
dying.
is that even
Quick
possible?
maths. Puggy, how many hacks per minute is that?
2.1 and a half.
That's not the case. No,
Yeah.
that's not true. That's not right. Now I know why you're the
2.1 and a
host.
half was my answer. I felt like Bren right there. Well, as good as Ding was and our math is bad, we should highlight what was going down in our second game, because as we went to Numbani, I thought, okay, we're going into half tied 1-1 because Shanghai is doing nothing to counter this Pharah play that we all expected going all the way back to the pre-show here.
Exactly, and I don't understand why they didn't try to counter it. They made a very small attempt. Ding went over to the Diva on Street's face, and after just one barrage, he's like, nah, it's fine, let's just go back to Sombra. And the only reason why they actually held them to that last point in the very end was because Ding got a big EMP off. If that wouldn't have happened, they would have lost this.
Yep, Ding, once again, I think he's standing by the title we've given him of absolute unit. You
Yeah,
know?
we
I think that's
should, yeah.
fair enough, because he pretty much single-handedly stopped Chengdu Hunters. He was the real key for them and ended up essentially winning them this map, at least with the defense. Didn't let Chengdu close it out, but Shanghai were really struggling for a while, and I was pulling my hair out in the back just watching them, because they literally knew how to play around this from the first map, and then they seem to have forgotten for a little bit. But here you can see Jinmu's stats, and this guy, he's played, I think I saw Captain Planet, he's putting up some stats, 23% of all the Pharah.
Probably around 25% after that match. Ridiculous
exactly.
stuff. So the question for me, though, is, yes, these numbers are great, but if you're watching the game, you saw all the resources being poured onto Jinmu to allow that to happen. Knowing that you have a Pharah, your opponent has nothing to counter, and you still don't capture the third point. Are you worried for the Chengdu Hunters in the second half, knowing that they look a little bit limited with these compositions?
Yeah, this has always been a problem for Chengdu, is the fact that they're going to be too easy to read, because you kind of know what they're going to be coming out the gate with. So I feel like Chengdu should be sweating a little bit here. You know, need to be getting those personal towels out. You know, Shanghai were giving them out, I think, a year ago. Shanghai Dragons Day. Don't know when that is. When is that? Does anyone know?
It's soon. It's soon. Zoe, before we go, you and Hex were split. You won the face-off on our pre-show. Are you sticking with your prediction? Is it your Shanghai Dragons over his Chengdu
I mean,
Hunters?
I'm obviously winning this prediction game right now, so yeah, Hex.
Competition.
It's definitely a competition. But when I'm winning, it's definitely a competition. If not, then I'm not so sure about that.
Los Angeles, are you ready for another Shanghai Dragon win? You can tell a lot of these people were here last season. They're coming back for their second win in the second half. They need just one more map. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more Overwatch League when we come back.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. When everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
Welcome back from the break, everybody, and the halftime show. Hex, Zoe was throwing some shade. I know it's hard for her, but, you know.
They cheat on the desk when they do those face-offs anyway. And look, I was picking with my heart because I'm defending the integrity of the entertainment value of this league. We need Chengdu's strategies to work so that they don't stop playing it. Otherwise, we're going to have 3-3 mirror matches throughout the rest of Stage 1. And I personally like some Pharah play, like some Tracer play, like some Hammond play. I like watching it. But thus far, it has not worked out very well.
So far,
it's
that's
been
been really
tragic.
brutal. We were discussing that before going into the halftime, into the break, you know, in terms of knowing when to change it up. That's probably the key.
Yeah.
Throw the crazy stuff out there, but just know when you need to go for the swap when it's not working. And so, I mean, Volskaya seen a lot of action on this map so far at the beginning of this season. It has the potential to go a long ways.
Yeah, and if Chengdu stays on this composition, I'm actually okay with it, but I want to see some improved Sombra play from Elsa. I thought he got completely out-hacked by his counterpart on the other side of things, and Elsa was just a little too late, not getting to where he needed to be with those EMPs, not exactly getting the hacks or the eliminations that they needed, so I want to see him re-step up his game. He is staying on this. Let's go, Chengdu. They're going to run a Pharah again, too.
I mean, he's just got a lazy Sombra, you know? Like, Sombra's supposed to be like this ultra marathoner, you know, just non-stop moving all over the place. And he was just like, you know what, I'm just going to ride the payload.
Yeah.
I was just going to ride the payload.
And there you go. It's a nice DMEC early on, so Ding is out of it, and now they're going to be able to really rain it down from above, because there's no D.Va to stop this. Now you're just eating rockets.
Oh, nearly gets it. Thought he got the deny there. That would have been sick.
Well, meanwhile, the mech call down kills Amon, which is not something you see very often. It will not matter, though, as Chengdu rolls in quite literally, gets the kill, and now they've got a huge potential because Elsa has stepped up. EMP is ready, and they're going to have Barrage.
That couldn't have gone better for the Hunters. Way to strike back. Perhaps, you know, during the break, coaches had a chance to get their input, and now they're on the same level. But from on high, Jinmu just doing his thing, cutting off some of these angles, making him a harder target to hit. And in the meantime, Elsa working on that back line. Lots of juicy targets. It is tough to nail everybody with an EMP on the defense, but he is going to go ahead and manage to pick up a few. That was a quad hack, and this is a wipe. Excellent execution coming in from the Hunters.
That's not just as raining, that is a storm from above, a torrent of rockets, and with a clean kill. That's how it's supposed to look. That's the execution that Chengdu's looking for, and you can't ask for any better.
Trying to look at the Shanghai Dragons' reactions over there. Gamsu not looking too pleased, nonplussed, amused slightly at how that went.
What are you gonna do except kind of giggle that one off? Like,
You gotta shake it off.
you got Rex, then you got EMP'd Barrage. You had nothing to do. Like, that's exactly when we talk about Snowball on Assault maps. You take your dominant point A victory, and then you take that advantage in ultimates into the second point.
And this is what you get.
Yeah. This is perfect, though. They're patient on this, and then he takes this angle, knowing they're going to want to retreat, uses the movement abilities, crashes over the top. I mean, that's a 5K that's attributed only to Jinmu, but the EMP sets it up.
That's exactly right. Positioning his team, ferrying him in. Solid work from Jinmu as far. 5-kill barrage. It's not every day we get to see that, Hex. Nearly an entire team wipe based off of one ult.
I'm just imagining a ladder world where all I see are yellow Pharahs and yellow Hammonds. Like, they're really the only players in the Overwatch League representing those heroes. So you're up idols. Also, yellow just looks awesome on the skins. I guess it's like an orange. I've always kind of said it's like banana yellow, but yeah, whatever.
That's a thing.
Okay, going back to spawn now.
They're cutting it close.
I mean, they're not gonna be back
They're
there.
definitely cutting it pretty close. How quick are his hotkeys?
I mean-
go, fast. Oh, well, I mean, he is going to be on the hamster. Really cutting it close, but they might be able to make it back in time. Okay, then, on the Hunters.
They're not gonna hold at the doorway like a team with a Reinhardt would anyway.
No, look what they've got. Look at this. From on high, this is the setup, the Hunters. How do you crack this? How do you get out your front door, Hex?
Look at this lower third, though, just to drive the point home. That was the fastest full clear of Volskaya, meaning both points captured, recorded in the history of the Overwatch League. We played a lot of games last year, Sumler.
That's actually an insane stat. Okay, then. Thank you, Captain Planet. And I'm loving this setup from the Hunters right now. I mean, Shanghai are kind of locked into this building. They can hear the creaking. It's like a horror movie, you know? It's night, all the lights are off, and you hear the floorboards creaking from the attic.
You just hear a hamster squealing.
And then it does this ominous squeaking. What could it be? Imminent death, that's what it is. Let's go. Among looking for the back line, and he's gonna find it. The pressure getting on. His teammates, however, have got to be careful, and he will eventually get deleted, as we've seen time and time again.
It looked like a missed grapple. He was starting to move, and then it stopped, and then he got bashed and cleaned up. But Chengdu's still going to fight in this because they don't really have an option to retreat. Going to get the hack. The Yveltal gets the opposing supports. The rally out. Gamsu falls, and Chengdu pulls it back from the brink, as they often do. Here comes the taxi back to spawn, too.
It's gonna get things shaped up exactly. Beep beep. Just give me a 5-star rating, please. Yeah, Yveltal, you'll get a 5-star. You'll get a 5-star. Let's go. Back into the action. Shanghai at the choke. This time, however, they've got some tools to use. They have the EMP on Ding. They've got Luffy's Trance online, and they're gonna get smushed immediately. Mines are out, and the Shanghai Dragon's getting evicted.
The boosted Hammond comes in there. 2 minutes left, and Shanghai has barely even sniffed point A. I mean, they had some back cap pressure, but there wasn't a ton there, and they've been banking up ultimates, though. Almost all 6 online for Shanghai. You'd have to expect them to win this fight, but against Chengdu, all bets are off.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Who knows what is possible? Well, Late Young certainly, oh man, he got a glimpse at the other side. That was cutting it close. Hack out onto Elza as well, or the EMP rather, does connect. That's gonna be a DMX Diva, and so nothing to stop DM here from chucking out the Grav. Trance is in. All the ults getting thrown into this, and the Shanghai Dragons need to get value. They need to start finding some kills. The Sound Barrier is gonna buy even more time.
Double stun, and now with Kyo falling, this one should just be about over. Not enough supports for Chengdu. Yveltal had some miracle plays last time. He's able to get 1 kill here, but now it's just about taking up as much time as possible.
Yeah, nice focus fire based off of the hacks. Solid work there. Shanghai, they managed to pull it together in the end. 50 seconds on the clock now. And they will get that first juicy tick. And so, we're going to see some rotations coming out here on the Hunter's side. Time to change things up. No longer a hamster. He has morphed into a full-blown Deutsch killing machine, clad in steel.
All right, so they make a couple switches. They're going to have Rally up. Nano should be there for a while, but as long as they can get a couple kills here, they should be able to reset and stabilize their economy, but an enormous EMP comes in.
That was looking pretty good. 3 kills immediately. They're crouched in the corner. Hexa can't even show themselves. Petrified, that's what they are, the Hunters. Elsa's just gonna go ahead and throw himself right into it. He's dead. Solo grab onto Jinmu. They want to get the job done here. Not even gonna see it.
1 kill comes up on Agoma, but Luffy is cleaning up on the Zenyatta. That's it. No surprise as it is a slower time than the Chengdu offense, but that's a nice play there. We are tied up here on Volskaya, 2-2. We're gonna run it back on the other side. We'll see you then.
If you thought it was a 3-minute break, we fooled you. We're back in the action already, everybody. 2-2 tied up.
There's some guy standing in front of his fridge now panicking. Like, I thought I had time for a sandwich. Oh no!
Just slap some bam on that bread and get in here, man. It's tied up 2-2. The Hunters eating the Dragons, but the Dragons also got a hunt. They got a grip on that leg. They're not letting go.
Like, that was a pretty good offense from the Dragons, but they're 2.5 minutes behind the Chengdu offense. Now Chengdu has a little bit more of a traditional defense set up offensively. Dragon's not going to surprise anybody. This is what they've been running a lot of the day. A 3-3 variation, 3-2-1. The 1 being the utility damage-dealing hero in Sombra. And Ding's been playing that hero very well.
Indeed, he has. We saw it in the halftime. Quite a few stats. They all looked big. They all looked impressive. So we'll see, can he keep that level of performance up right now versus the Hunters, who are certainly showing that they've got some fangs of their own. And look at that, just how he just barrels straight through. As soon as the tanks are off the high ground, all right, time to go. And he manages to whip his way back to the point into safety.
You see even a great Hammond player like Amon have trouble getting in and out of places sometimes because the control is so different. It's momentum driven. It's like kind of like, I don't know, like an ice level in a platformer, right? You can't stop on a dime, and now he gets in a little bit of trouble taken out, but Luffy exchanged for the other side, 5v5.
That was a nice hack there to set it up for Ding. Long range with the Uzi is not the best, though. DM will find Late Young, and Ding is still working on it. He's got that EMP going strong here, so these are looking up for Shanghai. That's the first tick picked up for them. Certainly going to be a few more of those to follow because the Hunters are backing off.
That's reset time, and this can be an issue because EMP is ready to go. We've seen that power on taking it from point A to point B onto your second attack. This one is all on Kyo. He should have Transcendence up, just even through passive and hitting a single orb. Can he get it to mitigate the EMP? It's the big question right now.
We're about to find out.
He's
Look at
hiding.
this. Yeah, he's right there onto the juicy targets. Does manage to get a hack on 3, but he misses out on the Zen, and that means that the trance is going to get used by Kyo. Doesn't matter, turns out they get obliterated. Shanghai Dragons just barreling through yet again.
You want to use your Transcendence to save yourself from an EMP? What are you going to have left for the Graviton Surge that is yet to follow? Now Jinmu just trying to get out with this rally. Last second gets there.
Unbelievable, 99.6. He couldn't cut it closer. Jin is going to get in, but the kills are still coming through for Shanghai, and they've got the sound barrier to help him out. They are going to be impossible to stop now, and as soon as the Hunters are off the point, the Dragons will end up getting their second one. So 4 points for the Dragons, 2 for the Hunters. We're going to flip sides, and we'll see if the Hunters can reproduce the magic.
I think we might be in for 6-7 Volskaya score here. It looks like no defense really being played, but it's really on the offense. They've been using their ultimate economy so well from first point to second point. This is what you expect. When you win first point that well, you're going to have the advantage. How do you use the advantage? And it was just really well played from Shanghai there. They EMP'd knowing that, okay, if we get the Zenyatta, we're just going to win the fight. If we don't, he's going to have to use Transcendence to keep his team alive. And then they're going to have nothing for the grab. So just really well played. They knew exactly the order of operations and the win conditions to play to. Now let's see if Chengdu can do the same thing they did on the first offense.
I mean,
See if they can break their own record.
you got to keep in mind, this is the Hunters battling for their life in this series. Shanghai Dragons currently lead 2-0. We're looking for the first team to reach 3. So on the Hunters, looks like they want to rinse and repeat. Elza had an excellent performance first time around on offense for the Hunters.
Yeah.
Total flip from Numbani, what we saw there. So,
And you might be asking yourself, why aren't they just running a Widow or a McCree? They know they're going to run Pharah. The problem is you don't know they're going to be running Pharah. And then if you do end up running a Widow or McCree, Chengdu's just going to switch and then jump on you, and it's over. So you don't really have an option against this kind of offense because the offense it has the option to switch much more easily than you do.
exactly, we see that now.
That's why you see some of the offenses on maps be a little more interesting than defenses. Not punished as hard.
Nice work. Rockets in. Does manage to spot. Has to go for the reload. Couldn't have been worse timing. Might have been able to get a pick to kick things off here. Instead, it's Shanghai just playing the angles, trying to show as few targets as possible here for Jinmu to pummel. And in the meantime, that's going to open it up. Somehow we lose our Mercy.
Beamed down from the sky by DM apparently, but it's very strange for that to happen when you have a Pharah on the map. Pharah was pretty high. You know, the reason why Mercy's such a good healer for Pharah, and vice versa, why they work together, why it's Pharah Mercy or Pharmacy, is the verticality allowed for escapes, and flew a little too close to the ground, got picked off. Already a better defense for Shanghai than their first point A defense.
For some reason, you know, Gamsu, he's just looking so confident right now. I was thinking, you know, he's just sitting there saying, you know, hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know, maybe they got it right on the first time around. He's not looking like he's too worried this time. Chengdu is still looking for a way to make it work here. I mean, they have succeeded in at least somewhat splitting up Shanghai. Ding
Barrage ready.
yeah, Ding got silence, but it's not the follow-up they were looking for. Only the 1 kill on Youngjin. But DM is still alive in this. Elza gets the EMP off in time. Forward hacked for Shanghai Dragons. This is the golden opportunity, and it's looking like it's slipping out of the Hunters' feelings. They've been given the slip.
EMP comes while Transcendence is still active, and that means that the window to actually do damage is lesser, because everyone's still getting healed there. An interesting EMP and Barrage. Again, they didn't use them together. I just prefer the EMP to come out first and then hold on, and then for the Barrage. Chengdu still has some ultimates to work with. They're going to have both tank ultimates, both support ultimates, but no DPS ults for the follow-up.
Now, this squeak of rage, you can tell that he's launching mines everywhere. And that is the opening. Perhaps we still have a presence on the point. That's Youngjin with the rally. And no kills, really. Gamsu gets hacked. Where did he get that happen to him? Okay, he's got his primal, so he's still beefy, and he will be able to back off in time, so he will survive. Sound barrier there to keep him up as well, but Coma not able to get out of the line of sight of the self-destruct. Still trading back and forth. Jimmu dropping dangerously low, but the heal, the trance there in the nick of time to keep him alive.
Dueling Transcendences. Elsa gets isolated on the backside, but a nice resurrection brings Amon back to life. Another hack, and that is finally a completion kill on Gamsu. Amon's very low. He looks like he's just going to go for it, though.
Had to happen eventually, right? Had to happen eventually. You're going to catch him out. He's on his own. And well, Jinmu, you got to stay on the point, man. I mean, he's looking for kills, but you got to capture that point. Get it done. They were looking to see if they could try and stagger things out here, the Dragons, but they are going to go chuck themselves in the cold drink. And we will get the Hunters picking up the... Never mind. Okay, there you go, Elsa. Picking up the first point.
I mean, they don't have a great track record of staying on objective, so it would not have been too surprising. Now it's time for the snowball effect. They're just going to lay mines out on the field. A preemptive barrage. They do get one kill. EMP about ready as well.
Yeah, just throwing all of their ults in and hoping to do exactly the same thing as the first go-around. Halfway to picking up the second point now. Gamsu in the back line. Bubble has been popped. He's going to be able to leap his way back to safety, however. And we did get a DMAC on Late Young. That might slow things down.
I think Amon was trying to cover for the resurrection. They brought Amon back to life, actually. Late Young gave his life for it. Dueling Transcendences. So far, defense seems stable-ish.
Still a monster. Still a monster EMP thrown in by Elsa to set all of this up for his team. Need to get it a little bit more clean, however. Dragon's able to hold. You still got to deal with a fully buffed up Luffy on Zenyatta. He's just going to be pummeling you. And then Gamsu getting into the back line. Good support from his team.
That's nice peel there for keeping Zen alive, but only momentarily as he gets herded into Youngjin. And now you got to back out. Kyo's out of it. You're going to have ultimates to work with next fight. You've just lost both supports. It's time to go home.
Oh, Gamsu getting a bit ahead of yourself. Woo! That was cutting it close.
It's just support charge now. That's all that ends up being.
Exactly.
I just don't understand why Chengdu refuses to use ultimates together. There's like 5% away from an EMP, and then they solo barrage into a hallway. This is what has worked for you before. It's not like they don't know the formula here, but...
Just looking at it, they were like, we gotta rush, we gotta rush, we gotta get it done, and another solo barrage coming through here. Still have 4 ultimates online. Their wings are out now. Kyo with the follow-up on DM, and these are a lot of kills going the way of the Hunters. Still a possibility here for Shanghai to delay things, however, could go for the sound barrier. Exactly, gets thrown in. Coma does manage to catch out Youngjin with that as well. So the two of them working together as a trio with the help of Luffy. Just got to keep that presence going. This is still possible. Gamsu is here. Self-destruct is certainly going to force him off, though. There is so little time for them to work with, and it is going to be successful. The Hunters will pick up a second point. Tied up 4-4.
4-4. I really want to know the method to the madness, because yet again, Barrage comes down as EMP is at 98%. It doesn't matter this time around as a post-Barrage EMP came out after they baited out Transcendence. Maybe they just have a preference in the order of operations they like to do things, but for me, it seems like you've got 6 different players with 6 different agendas and how they want to use things, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't knock it if it works, you know? It ain't dumb if it works. All of those things happen, but...
Gamsu looking a little less amused now, too. That's just to point it out. You know, he had a bit of a chuckle.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty confident.
When you said nonplussed, would you say now he looks perturbed?
Slightly, somewhat, yes.
Like perturbed. If they lose, then disturbed. Rustled.
His scales.
State of the jimmies, rustled.
Oh man, that's the brutal thing here, is that every time it feels like the Shanghai Dragons are able to kind of keep it together, but then the chaos, the sheer chaos that the Hunters are throwing at him gets the better of them. No, Gamsu's got a reason to feel a little frustrated here. And the Hunters, what do we got? Because they finished with less time in the bank, they're going to start on offense.
And kick it off on offense. No surprise here. This is what they want to run. Jinmu to do all the damage from on high, and then everyone else running around with their heads on fire, getting EMPs. Amon just being annoying on the hamster. Hammond, wrecking ball in short when you're making calls.
He goes by ball, and now here it is. Introduction straight in. Late Young looking to capitalize, looking to back up his tank, and not quite finding the kill, but they do manage to succeed in pushing Shanghai into the back room. Gamsu gonna go ahead, start to get the contest train going. Can they find anybody though? A solid hack there is gonna slow things down for Ding, but his teammates are still hanging in there. Gamsu, however, getting focused. He's gotta be careful and he will go down, but Ding is able to trade it for Keo.
They might be able to resurrect this if they can cover on time, but Mercy gets put into a bad position. They are able to resurrect it, and that is the power of Mercy. In case you forgot, Season 1, Stage 1, able to bring people back to life, not the same power level. Now Jinmu very low. He's gonna stay alive though. He should be able to finish this off.
Oh, buddy, that was the Hail Mary. That was the Hail Mary barrage.
Yeah, weird. That was the Fail Mary. You're absolutely correct. No idea why they thought that was gonna work out. Ended up getting plunked in the head, and because of that, they're now on the back foot. 20 seconds left. That sound means 20 seconds left, not that you're in a dream within a dream.
We're about to find out, are they capable? And there it is, grab point blank, just gonna be buying more time here. 10 seconds on the clock, and the Hunters no longer have a diva. Whatever you do not kill Late Young. Just leave him be. He'll have to work to get that mech back, and now it's gonna be Amon all on his own, on the point. He gets focused down. Jinmu trying to do the best that he can on high. We have an EMP thrown in, but only 2 get hacked on the Dragon side.
He's able to posthumously get a kill as he left the minefield, and now he's back to life, back in the mix. Gamsu's able to take out Late Young, and now they use KO. Jinmu falls soon after. That is going to just about be it, off into the drink. And that's the progress. That's where it ends.
That's gonna be it. Hunters. If we go all this way, Hex. Tied up 4-4. Hunters look so good. Such a fantastic start. Bit of variety and positioning on defense. And then here we are.
You saw the potential of how the Hunters can play when they coordinate ults, when they communicate well on their first run. Oh, look at this. EMP, into the side, barrage, 5 kill. 5 kill barrage is amazing, unseen most often. And then they were just like, oh, we're good. We're good. I'll just, remember that 5K barrage? I'll just barrage. Oh, I didn't, and then that was half 2. And half 3 just got worse.
It just goes and goes and goes.
It is confusing. I mean, these guys, I love them because they're scrappy, because they play in a different style and solo, but like, clean it up. Just clean it up a little bit, and you would still have a viable composition. We've seen it work. Just clean it up.
The possibility is there. But you have to be so tight with the game plan to make it work.
All right.
Dragons.
I love that they're running this on defense now, too.
I mean, why not?
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. The thing is, now there is a legitimate, I wonder. Because on offense, right, you know, they could go for some quick changes here.
Yeah, you could try to run a counter, try to run a McCree. I mean, we've seen Diem, very capable, hit scan hero. Very capable.
They just don't have a lot of time.
Several different DPS. Yeah, but you can still switch like immediately when you see this. They've got the Sombra in, the Sombra's gonna see it, but you might as well just go for it. I mean, this composition has worked against Chengdu's offense, so maybe it'll work against the defense.
Ding not going to go for it. Was a potential for a hack on the Mercy, perhaps? But it was a bit long range. Would have been brave.
Oh, get out! The whip shot. Hacked so he can't even grapple out of the side and swing himself back up, and then the whip shot. That's the kind of coordination that you need to just get those easy eliminations. You can't resurrect that one. He's in the deep.
Get on it. I mean, now it's all about Jinmu. He's so close to a barrage again. It's bonkers how quick he's charging his ult, but the rest of his team, they're getting cut off. And there's quite a bit of progress. Only a single tick is all Shanghai need right now to collect victory in this series. Chain up wins in the Overwatch League.
Was a hack. Can they get the res? You got to cover for this res. Try to bring them back to life. The Valkyrie is out.
Late Young's dead. Elza probably going to die too. There was the stun going off. Elsa hanging on by a thread, pinned in the corner, goes for the EMP, just hoping to get anything out of it, but right now there's no follow-up by the looks of it. The mines go out, nobody cares, the hack goes on to the Mercy, she's dead. This could very well be it. The Shanghai Dragons right on the edge of picking up their second win, and they will succeed. The Shanghai Dragons do it, 3-0.
Shanghai, 2 wins in a row. That's what you call a winning streak for the first time in Shanghai history. Good for them. Well, we will play map 4 when we return after the break in just a bit.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
欢迎来到绿洲城。别担心，交给我了。全力。
你好呀。你要来我的 DC 吗？
我发个链接。
发。
哦，你帮我发给我。
啊，那你找一下吧，让我邀请一下你。我靠，你为什么？我靠，你 DC 也隐身的，我靠，好恐怖啊！隐身怪 Q。
3、2、1，第1回合。
今天跟那个花花和微 dog 玩 CS:GO。
强吗？
然后我们队友我们2个老外退了2个打加4，我们3打5打赢。
这么牛逼！
哎，花花是墨尔本的吗？
是。
个近聊。来谁的来我一下。
目标点已被激活。
我靠，你怎么玩个奶打的比 C 位还厉害？我操！打的比那肯定人多呀。
我不再年轻了。
在下 McCree。
痊愈了。
我要去占领它，谁和我一块？
战斗吧！屈服于我的意志吧！抱歉了，你好，阿梅里。不朽！
我看到你们了。
被强化了，开始 守护天使降临。打好一
50已到。
双杀。又是一个，照这样下去，我可真的得退出。快恢复一下，站好别动。谢谢。战斗还没有结束。
宝宝 NP 进了。
喂，
我身后。这个疼。上双杀，这感觉太好。
你好。你好。
攻击发动。
这又给大家带来了双线变乐。
让我来修复。
或绝地求生、PCPI、世界巅峰等各路点成为热门话题，显示企业更新迭代，而很多原本家用的设备也会沾上行业进步的光。超宽屏、高刷新率也逐渐进入普通玩家视野。今天我们体验的就是来自三星的一款34英寸21:9的显示器 SJ55W， 这也是我第一次使用这么某东有500元优惠券，2499元入手。先说外观，三星 SJ55W 这块34英寸的平屏也就意味着入门级的太阳能塑料材质。
我发不了你私信，你知道吧？你隐身了。
我上线。
完了，完了，他肯定吃饭烧饭去了。
没有。
5、4、
来3奶。
3、2。
你怎么又换了个奶？
第二
3奶来了。
占领目标点。
3奶凶着呢。
昨日铁车。
哎，你看刚才那个Quack那个 TOACK 蛮厉害的，我近期皮到他过的，半张超级准。
NP 呀！
我大招好了。
人定胜天。
我没了，我杀人了。这不是啦，这是就这样打的。不是，你知道为什么没血往前冲吗？就是我冲蓝血冲，我是有蓝甲的，你知道吧？才能回血。哎，你怎么相信我？你看。干嘛呀？救我！他们开大场，
唯有不断磨练，方能成就大事。
是吗？我
携手并肩。
不是啦。那就这么玩。
战斗还没有结束。
我死了。哎，我飞到天上，你怎么还是没上？
你好，终极技能准备就绪。注视至头。
小心！干嘛呀？
去玩个奶去，无所谓。
第2回合。
我这不算彩药典礼啊！
屈服于我的意志吧。
不算，好烦呀！
别全强攻
！1比1。
逆境带来改变。
我还以为已经干掉了呢，你似乎还有点本事
啊！
更糟糕的，
那怎么就逼起来了？
放轻松。
你好。
我打了2。
奶无血轮。
5、4、3、2、1，第3回合，先占领目标点。
他就说不要理，老外素质都很差的。
发现
哪位同志们？
双杀。
这星星有问题吧？怎么找铁拳垫呢？
我正在占领目标点。受到的是有治疗的力量。
我拉你。得嘞。来一种，哎完了，他我切了一个 DPS 的奶，等于他没奶的，他不行就开大了。
你好，感受宁静。
Hidden Star 你。
谁在点？
英雄不朽我的意志吧。战斗没有结束。
失败。
啊！现在这个电控。贴死。
你好，炸弹来喽！全场最佳。
我靠，走吧，不看他最佳。哎，我不是队长。上下线我把那个第4给你。走吧。
正在进入阿努比斯神殿。
我感觉，你来 DC 了吗？
我来。
哦。你不来吗？
把他拉进来。
我感觉 铁拳加强了，又要很厉害。他这1秒，我感觉很关键，可以连贯很多操作。
目标已歼灭。
你好，你好啊。
喂，
喂，
你好呀。我操，怎么这么多人？哎呀，你前面，你后面。哇，你这个全面好恐怖啊！怎么蹲着走路的？
这叫行为艺术。
你要偷人吗？好阴呀！
你好，
嘿，
你好，
嘿，你好。
士兵76向你报告。
哎呀，进去了。
正在进入伊利奥斯，准备战斗，选择你的英雄。
怎么就勾到15点了？哦，5点。
永远不要放弃自己的信念。